Why is the water dropped? There are rumors. The legend of the sword of a king other than yourself. Find him.
Well, Warner Brothers is unleashing its latest take on the legend of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. King Arthur, Legend of the Sword, from director Guy Ritchie, who previously turned the Sherlock Holmes story on its head. This is not your father's Camelot, folks. This is not even your mother's Camelot, and it's totally devoid of any kind of romance or fantasy or anything that we've come to know with the meaning of King Arthur and Camelot in past films, at least most films. This is definitely meant to take the King Arthur legend, which, let's face it, is not based on fact, but rather myth, and put it in a place where it fits with today's audiences. And clearly what Ritchie sees is a much darker world that we live in, and this is a King Arthur for these times.
I woke up.
From where?
From a nightmare.
What was it about? Then,
me and the lads took care of a bit of business.
Hold up, back up. You've left something out.
Are you writing a book? They all lived happily ever after.
This is a King Arthur that is way too loud, way too busy, with too much going on the screen, all these big battles and things, pitting our hero Arthur, who's growing up unbeknownst of his lineage. It seems like his father was the king, and he was done in by his brother, the evil Vortigern, played by Jude, who ascends to the throne in a false way. He also tried to kill the baby Arthur, but unsuccessfully. Arthur is ferreted down the river and winds up growing up in a tough life in a brothel in the streets of what is called Londinium.
Oi, both hands.
And that, of course, sets up the big rivalry between him and Vortigern and all of this stuff. You don't even know what's going on half the time in this movie. There is just so much busyness, and Guy Ritchie seems to throw everything against the wall and hope something sticks. You know, for me, it lacks the magic of this tale I was hoping for when I go to this, but clearly Ritchie and his collaborators here feel that there is a new generation that will relate in a very different way to King Arthur. We'll see, but using the word legend with this movie version is an injustice, to say the least.
The sword can only be drawn by Uther Pendragon, or his direct heir. You felt it, didn't you? The power. That's what put you out. You just don't know how to control it.
So what happens now?
You know what happens now. You're quickly becoming a legend.
Charlie Hunnam plays Arthur, and he plays him well enough, but having seen him recently in The Lost City of Z, I think this actor is capable of so much more, and I hope he gets it and doesn't get stuck in bloated projects like this one. Jude Law overacts to the hilt in this, not one of his greatest moments on film. The others who will become the Knights of the Round Table include Jaime Onsu, Aidan Gillen. They're all fine, but all the camaraderie and brotherhood is lost in a sea of special effects. For me, it didn't quite make it. I say no.